one of the most, I gotta say all the things I said before. Anyway, Tomba is probably the best game to play on the v90, and now I got it to go full speed due to the new PCSX rearmed emulator. Before on the previous one, it was playable. You know how sometimes they say the game is playable, quote unquote. It was playable, you could play it, but yeah, it was a little bit stuttering and just, it made no sense because this game's not, it doesn't look very demanding on the PS1. So why is it looking like it's going about 15 frames per second or something? So I'm gonna load up. One thing I wanted to primarily showcase was that you can save per game settings with the RetroArch now in the v90. Whereas before we had to constantly put in the settings. I got it down to figuring out which setting changes it to save per game, which is wonderful, because the old way you set it, you might have saved the config, but I don't think that thing honored it. So now it actually, every time you can save a per game config. Yeah, Tomba's running fine now. In case anyone was wondering, Tomba's just, it's running great on the new firmware, the new beta firmware through RetroArch. Let's kill some pigs and stuff. I don't know if I don't know how many of these darn dwarves I gotta get left here. Alright, so I don't have the pants. I got the boomerang, I don't have my pants. I'm gonna go get my pants. Gotta have pants. Yeah, Tomba doesn't seem like, oh, it's so demanding. It's not Spyro, it's not Crash Bandicoot. These are the games where you gotta really figure them out, because they're fully 3D rendered. But this, it's practically a Super Nintendo-ish, very Game Boy Advance kind of game. I just gotta get my pants. But unfortunately, like, PS1's very weird. Games that look like they're gonna run well, they probably don't. Games that look really complex and full of a lot of complex graphics suddenly are running 60 FPS. Oh, what the hell off me. It's one of the little glitches. You disappear whenever you get hurt. It doesn't bother me. As long as I can not be playing like I'm in slow motion, I'm fine with it. Yeah. Alright. So I'll show you what I did to save the settings per game. This is what you want. I thought it was this setting, the override setting. That's not it. This actually, overrides just kind of, I think, means that if you set the RetroArch settings different than the default, you can save that setting per game. Different plugins for the audio and video and stuff like that. So that's what that means. That's not what I'm concerned with. What I was trying to figure out was, how do I save per game settings? It's apparently this. Manage core options. Go in there and I'll show you how I got in there so you know. So it's in the quick menu, and just go to core options, and then it says manage core options. So right now I'm using the options that I set for Tomba, and I've done a few tests to see if it auto loads those options whenever I start the game, and it seems to be working. No guarantees. I think I've tried to use that option before and it failed to keep my settings. So if that's the one you're supposed to use, it could be bugged, I don't know. I have not set anything. Like, I just started the game and it was set back to the settings that I originally put into it. And that's what I wanted to accomplish. And now there's an alarm. I'm gonna pause the video, wait for this alarm to die out. I think that's it for the alarm. It just kind of came on and turned off. I don't know what that's about, doing a fire alarm test. Just a few words to end this. A lot of games are that were messed up before on the previous PCSX rearmed. Now they're a lot better because this is obviously a new version of it, or it's a new updated core. However, I guess I can show you right now what the problem is. Tomba's fine. If you want to play Tomba and you've been meaning to play it, this is the best thing to do it on. You've got a nice little kind of Game Boy Advance form factor, and you can play the whole Tomba game. Tomba 2 runs fine too. I can show you Tomba 2, but just take my word for it. Tomba 2 is fine. It's playable. I haven't had any serious issues with it. But this game, Don't Pro Skater 2, I mean, this is why you gotta go past the menu when you test games. Like, if people wanted to like, the people who made this core for RetroArch wanted to test out, like, if the game was good, and they didn't bother to go past the menu, I mean, you'd start the game and it would start up like this. Everything looks fine. Like, oh wow, it's going great, 60 FPS, woohoo! I mean, when I started this game, I said, wow, this is awesome. I'm going to be able to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and it's going to run great. I'm so happy. Yay. Alright, we'll find out. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was running fine on the previous version of PCSX Rearm, on the other Mayu custom firmware. Or at least from that, that list of, I don't know what that was about, the whole list of games where they had, where the guy configured them to work well on the v90. And once you do that little update and you put his PC, yeah, Tony Hawk was smooth as crap. It was wonderful. And you see this video in the intro, you're like, wow, it's running well. And sometimes you could tell when a game's having trouble when the intro video doesn't quite stay stable. So you start the game, all this stuff works. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, no problems. I'll just be able to get into the game. Yeah, you see this part works. What's wrong with it? It's all good. Oh, you just full of crap. And then you hit the you hit the button to start the thing. And here's where you'll notice something's off. You see that fade out? That's just like, it's supposed to fade out and then go to the next menu, but something went wrong when they updated the PCSX rearmed, and now this fade out takes a very long time. I can't set any setting, no clock speed, nothing fixes it. But if I were to play this on the old version, it'd start to fade out, and then it would just zip over to the next menu. It wouldn't dwell on it. So I don't know what they did with that one that they didn't do with this one. So it's one of the few games, I guess, that's going to be broken now. I'll have to test every game. Well, let me show you something real quick before I end this video. There's nothing I can do about that. If I were to wait like 20 minutes or whatever, however long it took, yeah, I could get into the game and play it. But, even then the game kind of seems like it's playing worse than it did last time. Last time it was like so smooth. Why? Now it's just a mess. So that game got broken in the new update. But it doesn't really matter. You can copy and paste the folder from the original Mayu, the other one, and then still use that PCSX rearm in the same, all that stuff is transplantable. You don't have to really concern yourself. If it works better on the old one, play it on the old one, What I really enjoyed was this. Oh crap! No. Yeah. Anyway, once I get out of this, I was gonna show you Hercules. See if I can just kind of quit. Okay, I was gonna show you Hercules. I really like this. This got a huge boost. Hercules, this new rearmed, it really plays the game perfect on the V90. And again, just like Tomba, this game is the best game to play, best kind of game to play on this thing. It's not like graphically ridiculous. It's just a straightforward, you know, kind of Game Boy Advance looking game. So it's perfect for the V90. And I felt it was a shame that in the last time, it played well on the older firmware, but it wasn't really like, it was a little bit, a little choppier. Like, yeah, you know, you have to really, now it's like, woof. This is like, as if you were to put it in a PS1 and just play it straight up. There's not one slowdown. And this is just like, yeah, this is what we're trying to do with this, right? I don't know if I got to set something, but last time I played it, it was like super smooth. So, you know, I can't even remember my settings for it, truth be told. Yeah. Do I have to load the game, or I guess I'll just start it, it doesn't matter. This old school Disney games, huh? Basically playing through the movie. I wish they made more games like Hercules. Like even today, I would so be down for like, just like, you know how they make Cuphead, like a bit of an old school, new school sensibility to it. It's pure animation, and you know, like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's just all animated. Oh, they don't make those no more. Yeah, so I was just, when I booted this up, I was like, holy crap, it's working so good. What is going on? Why is it so good? I don't even know what I have it set to. That's the problem, you know, like, if I, let's see. Oh, auto threshold, that might be. Auto threshold, what do I have to say about that? I don't know. Some games it's really fantastic, some games not. You have to really just case by case basis that. And definitely the thing that really affects games is clock speed. I could show you Silent Hill if I wanted to. That game is completely clock speed based. Like it runs 100% smooth speed based on the clock speed. Set it wrong, it's not going to run well. Okay, so I always make these videos too long. I really don't want to make them too long. So, okay, I set it to auto. Seems to be running strangely now. Yeah. I was playing this previously. Whatever settings I had, it was at 60 FPS the whole time. Didn't slow down a little bit at all. So I'm very much trying to. Maybe it's my low battery. It's kind of downgrading the speed. You gotta fiddle with this thing and just figure it out. You know, what's gonna give you the best settings. I even push this thing back up. I don't know. Sometimes one game I played, I put the setting at 65 clock speed, and it was just, it worked perfect after that. Was it this game? Oh, it's running a lot better. What can I say? I probably should have got the thing up there. Can I go back up? Nope. Hercules. Kevin Sorbo. Animated version. Right? Am I right? Alright. I'm down for a Xena movie, y'all. So that's it. This game in particular, you can get running 60 FPS. Just get those